Hey, Evan from Plan Academy here. Have you ever tried learning Primavera P6 only to get hung up on something right off the bat you just couldn't figure out? And even if you did, the frustration with that and how the software works caused you to just lose your momentum? I get it. I'm working with new members at Plan Academy all the time who are in our community asking for help, frustrated as they're getting their first taste of P6 and the confusion that can come with it. So to help, I'm going to go over a bunch of little things that can cause big issues, so you can quickly and easily get past some early hurdles. Firstly, if you are new to P6, there are many ways to mess things up, and basically you'll have no idea what you did and therefore no idea how to fix it or undo it. Here are some things I hear lots of complaints about. All right, jumping into P6. A problem that's come up before, I've heard multiple times, is I can't find any activities on my project. Why is there suddenly no activities on my project? If you look here, so you see this railcar maintenance facility scheduling project, says total activities 0. Well, that's weird because last time I was in here, I was working on it and there was activities on it. And now it's saying there's 0. Did I delete my whole schedule? Did I delete all the activities? What's going on? But don't freak out and rebuild your schedule. So if you open this project, last time I was in P6, I must have done something. Yeah, look, it looks like my whole schedule is deleted. There's nothing in the Gantt chart. The WBS hierarchy, everything's there, but all the activities are gone. Well, before you panic, if you go to the filters, it's possible you're filtering out a certain amount of activities, or all of the activities in this case. So I'm sorting, hey, I just want to see activities that have progress. Well, the schedule hasn't been progressed. There is no activity, there's no date that's had any progress. So if you uncheck that and apply that filter, or just again, you want to see all activities, you can just check that to make sure you see all activities, hit OK. Oh, now I feel silly because my schedule has come back and everything's there as normal. Now what's funny, and looking into this too and analyzing why this happens and whatnot, you'll see if you go back to this project in your projects tab, Railcar Maintenance Facility Scheduling, 104 activities. Now it shows up as having 104 activities, whereas before. I feel like that's a glitch. I don't know why it should always just say how many activities are on the schedule, whether you're filtering them or not when you're using it, but that seems to be something that happens. So be aware of it, and it's very easy to do it. Now, if I save P6, exit, and come back in, this will still be 104. However, again, if I go back out and filter, apply, hides everything, if you go into projects, it still says 104. And it will, unless you quit and come back in, and then it'll probably say 0 again. All right, the next thing is kind of the opposite problem. Hey, wait a second, I've got too many activities in my project all of a sudden. I'm seeing things in my schedule here that shouldn't be in my schedule. How did it get corrupted with another project? What's going on? Again, don't freak out. This is the same project I've got open. You can see it's the same activities here, but way more than 104 activities, including all this stuff going up here. What's going on? Maybe you can figure it out too, depending how big your WBS is. You can see scrolling to the very top, hey, I've got a whole nother project open. That can happen for a variety of ways. The main common two is if you're opening a project and you've got 2 selected, whether you Control O to open a project or you're right-clicking and open project, it'll open both of those projects. Now, if you're just opening one at a time, if I just want to open, let's say this one, and you open project, it's going to close your other projects and just open one. P6 does that itself, so you can't open multiple projects at once unless you highlight 2 and open them that way. However, and this is where you can get slipped up too, if you're opening another project, let's say you want to import a new schedule or an XCR, an update. If you've already got a project open and you import a new project, you import that other project, go to your activity screen, it doesn't close the other one. It just imports it, and now both are open on your activity screen. I'm not sure if that's helpful for that to be a thing, but I guess it could be in some cases. But you want to be aware of it either way, because if you're not, then all of a sudden you get very confused. That's why, for me, it's always been best practice, Control W, I always do it, to close all projects. You're going to close all projects. You're starting from 0. You've just got your projects tab open, no activities. That way you know everything is 0. And then if you just got to open any project, it should be the only one. Lean on your layouts. What do I mean by that? You jump into P6 and you're not really sure what you're looking at. There is so much information in P6. There's all these columns. There's data all up in here. There's more columns and tabs down here. There's other screens you can open up, not to get into them all now. And knowing what you need to be looking at, what information is relevant to you. Let's just say I just wanted to see the most basic information about this. I want to kind of start from scratch here a little bit. How would I do that? Well, you can go into layout and you can open a layout. If you want to start with something else and see what's in there, there's some defaults in there that are actually pretty good for just basic. Or you can just go up into the columns tab. There's so much fields and options in some of these. The general tab has a lot of stuff like duration, type. That's in general, that's not in durations. Knowing where stuff is can be really useful. So again, you use the left and the right arrows just to move stuff back and forth. I'm going to get rid of actual cost. This is a progress schedule a little bit, but I don't care about costs and stuff right now. WBS name, critical activities, I don't care what's critical. Start and finish, okay, that's good. Total float, I don't even want to look at float. Duration, I don't even want the activity type right now. And let's just do that. Apply. There we go. Now it's much more digestible. You know what you're looking at. Now, what you want to know and be aware of is all the tabs at the bottoms here. Look at all these extra things here. I don't care about some of this stuff. Yes, predecessor success, I'm still working on the relationships for some of these activities, building out the schedule. Let's say I'm focused on that. I still want to look at that so I can fine tune that stuff. Resources, this little schedule does have resources on it, so I want to keep that on. Resource codes. Yeah, but I'm actually not interested in this. So let's say, so to customize these, whoops, the details button gets that back, doesn't hide it. So to customize these fields, these tabs at the bottom, you want to right click, you want to go customize activity details. And you get the same left, right. There's much less options here, but this is the same way. Let's get rid of expenses. Notebooks, I use the notebook, the notes thing sometimes, but let's, again, get rid of that. Let's keep it a little more simplified. Apply. Even down here on your resources tabs, you have these tabs and fields and columns, which again, you can customize these fields, and you've got the drop downs as well to put them on here. So you've got columns within tabs within other columns and tabs that you can customize, remove. So again, if you can hide all of this stuff, it's not even there. Or you can bring it out and have as much information as you could possibly want at one time. It's going to take practice and familiarizing yourself with what's relevant, what do you need to know at certain points. You can then save this layout, new, very basic, and available to me. Now, anytime we want, we can go here. If we're opening a new project, or we've used a different layout, or we've screwed stuff up, just go back to our projects, to open our layout. Would I like to save changes to this layout? No, because I already saved them. New, very basic, and let's apply it and open. Great, look, it even does fix our Gantt chart. And that's how you can quickly and easily jump back to a checkpoint that you're comfortable with. If you want to start with something else and see what's in there, there's some defaults in there that are actually pretty good. It's like your resource loading, use a resource loading layout. If you're doing just relationships and linking activities, switch your layout to something that is just what you need to know for linking relationships, linking activities, making sure the durations are all lining up there. And then same with reporting, cost analysis, all that stuff. And that's why layouts are great. Last but not least, don't get bogged down in the confusion. It's easy when you're new to get thrown off by things. If someone says, go to the resources tab or go to the resources screen, you could be thinking, oh, this is the resources tab that they're talking about. Or maybe they're talking about the actual resource dictionary where you're going to be able to go in there and edit your resources. Or they're talking about the resource codes tab where you can actually edit resource codes and put them on. Or there's even the resource assignments tab. Figuring out what information you need and what you don't is important, but the more important thing is practice, and that's what we talk about Plan Academy all the time. You can head over to planacademy.com, or you can watch another video, me and Michael talking about how they built the Death Star from a scheduling perspective. If you like this kind of video, please leave me a comment down below, or just leave a like. I'm going to be making a few more videos on the channel than normal, as Faraz has moved on up to a big-time scheduling job with a large construction company nearby. We wish him all the best, but you can still find Faraz over in our Plan Academy community, chiming in, answering people's questions, and helping out every once in a while. I'll see you there as well, and I'll see you in another video soon. Take care.